Hello everyone and welcome back to the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Last time we started the trial and proved pretty quickly that Angel Star was a sort of biased witness, biased against prosecutors. And while we did manage to prove that she was not that much of a trustworthy witness, we didn't quite yet prove that that Lana's guy was not the one who committed the murder. So we are done the first half of the first day's trial, and now we're going into the second half. The ladder trial. So here we go. Right quickly, we're gonna see another new character. He's the chief of police, Damon Gant. Anyways, February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? The trials. Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake and about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much, except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. I think my microphone's about that. Hang on. There we go. Oh, maybe a bit too high. Okay, that should be fine. So this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Oh, is that Marshall? Hola, partner. I'm back. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up his temper. That's what they told me when I was young. When I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall. Thought I'd come take a look-see if the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall, the whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with the scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? Huh? I've seen the red breeze blow her slender neck many a time. I saw her that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? There was ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. At all. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken? Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee! Yippee-ki-yay! Phew! Whip. Driving whips until the next game. Anyways, courtroom number 9. Once again, hello Edgeworth. Hello Judge. I'd like to resume. What's up? Judge keeps looking over the prosecution. Oh no! Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. A furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continue on with the trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. Oh, this is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock? Who's there? Oh, okay, there he is. Yes, his theme is a bunch of organs. His theme is indeed a bunch of organs, so, that's something. What's with this guy? Strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? He's still not saying anything. Oh, it's you! They're not saying anything! Oh, okay, there we go. Oh! Sorry I'm late, Aji. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Aji? How you been? Swim much these days? Ah, hello! No, I've been so busy. Busy smidgy, Aji, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Aji seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. I'm very afraid. So, sorry, but who are you? So you're Wright, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks. So sorry about a little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime, surely. Little Worthy? Mr. Wright! You don't know the district's chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district! I'm also very silent when I want to be. Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to the schoolroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out. And by bringing this... Hey, that's my sister's muffler! So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime scene occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed in that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. Oh. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. But what's this? It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, isn't it? Objection! Chief! What kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth? How can they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Why didn't you hear me? Huh? Look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there. Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair! On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I don't know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. But are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. Ugh. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. He's definitely looks like he's in the hot seat now. This kind of major blunders, unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ugh. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch, and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Fine, automatic scroll, go ahead. God, this takes so long, for some reason. I don't know why it takes so long. Anyways, switchblade knife. Okay, got like a stain there, that's the tag. I want to check that tag first, actually. There's a small tag on this knife. Seems to say SL92. Does that mean, what does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident, fame. But it's strange. What is? I'm not certain, but I get the feeling that I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked like this. That looked a lot like this somehow. That's interesting. Okay. Now, the switch. Ching! Ah, don't scare me like that! I'm the one who's scared! Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. This dark red stain. What? Interesting. Switchblade knife. Add to the court record. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear the explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but I couldn't ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife. Sure thing. No, not even a little one. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. Okay, testimony from this guy. Department in disorder. Oh boy. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't even in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed in the police department. See? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this case, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder in the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Reggie. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Objection! Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order! Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places? Chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Of course. Do what we can. Department in disorder. I think I know what I need to do, but this knife is special, but I can't say how here. So I don't think I would press that. Unless there's evidence to connect. Hold it! This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on in the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue? Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto. Evidence links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. So how are things done in the department? Wait, what evidence would have had us stumped this whole time? Oh, would it be the ID? Must be the ID. Hang on. All that I don't know. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So something did happen. Why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Or why didn't you ask? Huh? No matter, I understand. You were busy with that Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened to the police department that day? He was killed in the police department. See? What a mess. Hold it! On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed in the police department? That's a fact! Surprising, isn't it, Dudgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing only. We know when the victim died. Guess because the victim was killed? I don't think so. We know where the victim was died. How was the victim killed? Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we was called a stabbing with a knife. A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit. We're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the 2 cases than the cause of death. Seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Hold it. 5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? Murder at the prosecutor's office and murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I see there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. It's not officially linked to this. I can't tell my. Hold it. Why not? How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand? Try to understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. There is something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I better find and get to the bottom of this. Two detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What was it doing? What was it doing there? I better check this knife out. I'm pretty sure I already did though, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I already checked the knife thoroughly. Let me give it another go. Is there anything I'm missing? Let me check the tag array. Yeah. Yeah, no, I already checked this. Maybe he said maybe I should check the court record again. Oh wait, we have something. Didn't we have something else that might be related to SL? That might be related to like those letters or something? No, I don't think so. Hang on. Name and ID number written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 5842189. I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly. That's the reason we have a written language in the first place. True. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID Yabba-Dab. See? Wouldn't that be better? Yabba-Dab? Well, it does have a certain ring to it. Exactly my point. Doesn't take much to amuse her. Like, yap, yes, Detective ID Yabba Dab. That's good. Anyways. I have an idea, maybe represent the idea itself? Or what about this? Objection! I think I just did it. Wait a second! Ah, oh, lost an honest to goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Ah, an honest to goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7 is 12 too? Nope. Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside. The printed name in the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But you turn it around and what do you get? Yep. Oh. Oh, I see. Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing written on this knife's tag. We've gone somewhere. Order, order! Well, Chief? Oh, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto! I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. I'd probably press it. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice. Good show, Little Willie. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edward's car. That's interesting. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. It was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Hold it. Something happened in the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there. Oh, wait, I really just want to. So something happened while I was on the phone. Blah 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 blah. Skip. Blah 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 blah. Boom. I don't know. Yeah, no, we already got that one. Hang on. Oh, okay. Here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing only. I already asked. I guess I'll say, where was the victim found? So, tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room of the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that. The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was the evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Ooh, there is your connection. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright? Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Okay, so I guess now I can present the knife since we now know that it was taken. Anyways.
Objection!
Nope. Okay, guess not. No. Ow. Ow. Why? What if I, like, actually, what if I answer, like, what if I ask, like, skip. When the victim died, I guess? So, when did the murder of the police department occur? Now, that's a sharp question, Whiteo. Very sharp. Well, my boy, you're gonna love this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Hold it! Oh, okay, I had to press it. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Eh? You don't say? Well, however, Wright-o, what's the connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright! The connection is the place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife was found in the lot. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number of the knife's evidence tag. We also know that the detective murdered the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be coincidence. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, requesting you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet at all. Can we get the information unofficially? Let me think. Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? that was too easy. I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim of the department, okay? Wanna press that? If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, that case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. I have an idea. The victim's ID number. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You're gonna tell me the name after all. We kept a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... Stop the music, give me a second. 5842189. Well, that's quite long. We have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82... I can't do it. He didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim of the police department. 58429. It tells me something! Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning... In my mind, it has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department. Tells you something. What does it tell you? Take that! Take that! Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night! No, White, it's just... got confused. And this is news? Just come out with it both guns blazing, like you always do. Police department, prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives, two detectives murdered, 1 time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh! Is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Wright-o. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189. Ooh. And this means what exactly? Huh? Right. The ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right. Again! The number the chief of police gave us was 584-2189. Objection! Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed at the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, Righto, sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department in the evidence room at the exact same time. Objection! That's impossible. So what was saying is the same person was killed at the same time and in a completely different location? Order! Chief, what does this mean? Objection! No, what I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. What didn't you hear me? Huh? The oversight of the grave error? Mr. Edgeworth. They're yours. What? How? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, huh? Flashback. Excuse me, but is Mr. Badger anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, the present the chief, so I got a report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said the report had nothing to do with the Lawless Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. It did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error. Gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. Objection! But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then He goes silent for a while. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy? What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law, Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how was this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over there. Good job, Wright, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No! Oh boy, we've gone into a flurry. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, with all those rumors. You were even just in the defender's chair just this past December. I apologize for this type of lack of due diligence on my part. Remember, Mr. Edgeworth? Please, just give me 1 day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. It's the last thing I do. You better get results this time. Really? You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I'll grant 1 for the day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. But whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it is not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. To be continued. Okay, so that means we are now on investigation day 2, and that's it for this episode. So I hope you all enjoyed it. And you want to see more like this, then be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you know new videos are up. That is, next time we'll be tackling the second day of investigation. That is all, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.